The first time I heard the ticking, I was in the middle of preparing for a late-night coding marathon. My eyes were glued to the screen, the glow of my laptop the only light in the room. The sound was faint at first, like a whisper threading through the air, but it grew louder, aligning perfectly with the pounding in my chest. The clock was in the attic, a relic my grandfather had left behind, which I had always assumed was broken. Intrigued yet slightly unnerved, I climbed the narrow staircase leading to the attic, my heartbeat sinking with each tick. The attic was dimly lit by the moonlight seeping through the small window, casting eerie shadows that danced on the walls. The grandfather clock stood tall in the corner, its hands moving with a precision that seemed almost alive. As I approached, I noticed something that made my skin crawl. The second hand wasn't just measuring time, it was counting down. My instincts screamed that it was important, a countdown to something I couldn't understand, and yet, I felt an inexplicable urge to reach out and touch it. Over the next few days, the ticking became a constant companion, echoing through the walls in my mind, a relentless reminder of a time slipping away. It haunted me during meetings, echoed through my dreams, and even seemed to alter the flow of time itself. My work suffered, my relationships strained, but the clock demanded my attention. I began to research its origins, uncovering a bizarre history involving my grandfather and a pact made with a shadowy figure. It was then that I realized the countdown was not just for me, but for something much larger, something terrifying that my grandfather had set into motion decades ago. The final night arrived, and I found myself back in the attic, the air thick with anticipation. The clock's countdown had reached its final minutes, each tick reverberating through my bones. As the last second approached, the room grew unbearably cold, and the shadows seemed to coalesce into a more sinister form. In that chilling climax, the clock chimed midnight and the shadows surged forward, enveloping me in darkness. It was then I understood, the clock was not broken, it had been waiting, counting down to the moment it would reclaim what was owed. As I felt myself slipping away, the last thing I heard was the ticking, now in perfect harmony with the silence of my heart.